Hey, I'm Steve Diggs. Welcome back. This is Fast Forward Leadership. Great ideas at the speed of light. Today, I want to talk with you and suggest that maybe we need to remember that predictable is forgettable. If you want to be remembered by others in a positive way, you probably need to surprise them. Now, I'm not talking about jumping out in the dark and spooking people. I'm not talking about that at all. Instead, I'm talking about some very effective ways to get into the hearts, to get into the souls of the people that you serve, the people you lead, the people you sell to, the people that you interact with. We need to remember that today you are the product. You're the person who's trying to communicate a message here. And you cannot, in this process, take yourself too seriously. Because if you're not laughing at yourself, you can probably bet that other folks already are. So why don't we have a little fun with this? Why don't we do some things that are a little bit off the wall, a little bit different, a little bit unexpected, that help people remember us in a fun and positive way? You know, every year, in addition to my corporate speaking work, I speak about 100 times a year around the world to all kinds of organizations, but every year I like to take a couple of 3 cruises, and there are 2 or 3 cruise lines that like to bring me on board as a professional speaker to speak to their passengers as we travel, and I like to do that occasionally. So I do that, but one of the things that I learned a long time ago is this. The day that we're boarding the ship is a hectic day for everybody, especially the cruise director. However, it is in my contract that I am supposed to contact him on the day that we begin. So over the years, I've watched other speakers do this. They come in, they kind of meander around sometimes. They don't really have a focus on what they're doing. And if they're not forgettable, it's because they've done something stupid that they remember them for. Well, here's something that I've begun doing over the years. When I show up on the ship, I come to the cruise director's office with my business card, my room number written down there so he can call me when he wants to, and I hand that to him along with a box of Goo Goo clusters. We live here in Nashville, and in Nashville we have this incredible candy called Goo Goo clusters. So I usually carry some of those with me and I give them to the cruise director, and when I show up looking kind of like that. I'll usually wear a clown nose in, and we'll start laughing, we'll have some fun, I'll pitch him a clown nose, and suddenly he knows 2 or 3 things. He knows, number one, that I'm a professional, not because of the clown nose, but because of the way I've approached him, and secondly, he will also know that I'm going to have fun on this cruise, and I'm going to do everything possible to make his life easy. This has been very successful, and cruise directors do not forget me when I do things like this. How about doing this? How about having some fun on an elevator? I've done this before. Kind of cool. Make sure that you do this somewhere where they'll not stop you from doing it. But why don't you go into a tall office building one morning about the time everybody's coming to work, and when the elevator door opens, let everybody get on, and you get on last. Now, you do know what everybody does when they get on an elevator. What's the first thing they do? Right. They turn around, they face the front of the elevator. Everybody turns around and faces the front except for you. And once the elevator starts moving and you're facing everybody, you smile real big and say, "Hi, folks, the reason I called you all here today is because I wanted to introduce myself and give you each one of my business cards, and just tell them what you do." This has been one of the fun things that you can do. It takes a little bit of guts to do this, but why not have a little fun? You will be remembered. I routinely go to clients and to friends of mine with boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts. I call this Krispy Kreme diplomacy. Everybody likes Krispy Kreme. It's a good thing to do to be remembered. Here's the key. The key is that you need to find your differential advantage, and you need to communicate it in a way that people remember it. Hey, my name is Steve Diggs. This is Fast Forward Leadership. Great ideas at the speed of light. See you next time.